All right, man, let's talk about Jaden Ivey for Cam Thomas potential trade. I mean, obviously, Ivey's in a contract year coming off an injury, so Brooklyn would assume some risk there, and their doctors would have to check Ivey out and clear it. Also, on the flip side, the Pistons would have to pay in a sign and trade for Cam Thomas. He won more than $14 million a year. Now, as far as player for player, to me, is just no brainer. Ivey is a better player, but some people say, "Oh, Cam." Everybody only sees the ability to put the ball in the hole, and I understand that's the name of the game. I'll be the first one to say it. But when you're on a team, there are certain things that you must do, and Ivey has a great mentality. Ivey has a great mentality to fit in. I think we kind of want him to stand out a little bit more and take the ball and be a little bit more aggressive. But he fits what the Pistons do. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's times where he needs to be him again and be more aggressive and get the ball. And people say, well, Cade play slower. That doesn't matter. That motherfucker legs work. They should have let Ivey, really do the things he needs to do. But Cam is a natural scorer. He get buckets, but for different reasons, this may work. Because I see Cam right now as a bench player that you have to teach how to play in the starting lineup. That becomes a problem. You have to teach him how to play in the starting lineup because he doesn't do nothing else but score the basketball. So you have to learn to, because you're not gonna have the ball as much as Detroit. You ain't gonna take more shots. I mean, you could take more shots than Cade. I'm not mad at it. But I don't think Cade would be if it's matter, but you have to be able to go out there, defend, pass, space, be able to get the right space and be able to slash and do all those type of things without the basketball. And he's so raw as a basketball player. He's phenomenal as a scorer, but he's raw as a basketball player. So I feel like the Pistons have the locker room and the coaching staff to get him where he needs to go at. But am I going to invest a bunch of money into you and you're a one-trick pony? That's what he is. I mean, he just scores. Shot selection is questionable, and that's why you put a guy like that on the bench. And he reminds me of Kobe White a little bit. Kobe White figured it out. It's no doubt in my mind that Cam Thomas can figure it out. But Kobe White figured it out. You hear people saying, well, Rob Dillingham, the kids are saying, well, he's way better than Mike Conley, but you got to understand, attribute-wise, you may feel like, oh, he's better than Mike Conley. But when you playing winning basketball, taking care of the basketball, when to pass the basketball, when to get people set up, knowing situations in basketball and how to run plays and how to, make the right plays, in big-time moments, that's what you want. With those young guys, that's not what you get. That's not what you get. So that's the problem. When you trade Ivey for Cam Thomas, can you get Cam Thomas up to speed on how to be a well-rounded basketball player? That's the problem. Could they use the scoring? Yes, they could. But, like I said before, can he run the offense if they need to run the offense? Can he defend? Can he come off the pick and roll and not look to kill every time and look to set guys up? Me personally, I'm not against the trade. If you want to do an even swap, I'm not arguing with it. You got a guy that's been injured who was starting to really play at a high level and improved a lot. And then you got a guy that come in that's just an explosive scorer that wants a lot of money, which I'm like, I'll give you the 14 to 15 they was offer you for 2 years. You got to prove it. But like I said, there's a lot of learning to be had for Cam Thomas. There's a lot of learning to be had. He has to learn, and he has to learn to play basketball. He's just scoring and scoring on a bad team. And we know when you put good players on bad teams, or great player, good scorers on bad teams, or good players from bad teams on good teams. It's different when you ain't playing in garbage time. It's different when you in crunch time. Me personally, I would have to sit down and meet with the kid. I would need permission to sit down and meet with him and go through his film and get he to me it's hard for me to want to invest into these kids today because they don't listen to nothing. You know, he got injured last year. He played 25 games. This is what they saying you worth. Nobody else is coming to sign you or give you offer. So that 14 now, shit, nobody offer you. This shit probably 10. So, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they did it. I'm an Ivy fan. This injury might be one of the better things to happen for him to slow down and learn to control the ball. But you do need another aggressive scorer. If you could wrap him up for through 2-3 years, 28, $36 million, well, then it would be what? Yeah, $32 million. No, 28, 28, 38, 42, whatever it is, $42 million for 3 years or 2 for 28, whatever it is. If I can get him around there 2 for 30. I mean, yeah, why not? But is he gonna play a winning brand of basketball? It scares me how many of these guys come into the league and they just don't know how to play without the bat. They don't know all they know is the basketball. Without the basketball, they don't stop shit. They don't space the ball the right way. Even when a guy is like Cade is driving and you watching the ball, like dog, you know you got to rotate to create that space. If he driving and you sitting right here and you don't rotate and y'all don't rotate or you don't give him that space, now you got a double team, not a defender that's guarding you, and he can just y'all so close together, turnover, or now you pick up your dribble. Now try to kick it to him, it's a turnover, or it's a contested shot. You got to know how to space. He driving, and you see him driving this way. Guess what? I'm gonna rotate that man on that baseline. Maybe a guy on the baseline, he gonna run the line. You gonna rotate over. Now he drive. That defender got a decision to make. Either I'm gonna stay on Cam or I'm gonna rotate to Cade. If Cade go by him, get to the rim, guess what? Boom. If K, go there and the guy come down, you give it to Cam Thomas for an easy jumper. But if Cam Thomas is, and that's what I'm explaining, if Cade is driving and Cam is watching the ball, now I got 2 defenders guarding 2 guys. Instead of, hey, look, if he drive, I got a 1-on-1 and you rotate here, it's 1-on-1. And if it becomes 2-on-1 when Cam defender crashes down the Cade, and now look, it's 2, boom, I kick it. So it's little things like that. You got a guy, they doing their thing. Run the baseline, slash, get offensive rebounds, get putbacks, get balls off the cut, get catches off the cut, get easy scores off the cut. Those are just little things that they got to learn to do, that he got to learn to do. So it's a lot. He's young, but is he open to learning those things and locking in defensively and stuff like that? So I wouldn't be mad at it, but it is what it is. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everything inside the link tree. Peace.